Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good evening all, and you are welcome. Actually, for today's discussion, it's not going to take us much time because of fasting and so many other engagement. So, hello, good evening. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, can you hear me? Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear me? Okay. So, without wasting much of our time, sorry for inconvenience because of a network issue. So now, ladies and gentlemen, what I just said is that we are not going to take much of our time because of fasting and it is getting late. So what I wanted to say, ladies and gentlemen, is that we started with the concept of biochemistry. I said that is the first video that I sent to you, and then we also discuss on, or I send you video on Excel. So what I want you to do at this point, ladies and gentlemen, is for you to understand the basic concept of biochemistry and then Excel, and we'll have time to have enough of our lectures where I will be sending you videos, and we are going to also be having live class. So let me actually start with the introduction to biochemistry, and then we'll look at the cell and then briefly. So don't think we are going to take more than 20 minutes. So now the question is, what is biochemistry? Biochemistry, okay, I think let me just be asking you so that you can provide the answer. Oh, let me just give a general overview so that at least we will not waste much of our time. So now, what is biochemistry? Biochemistry is the study of chemical processes or biological processes that are taking place in the body of a living organism. Or in other way, you can actually say that biochemistry is the study of life at molecular level. So you are using molecules to study life. So that is what you call biochemistry, ladies and gentlemen. And that is why I think from the videos that I sent to you, the life started at a molecular level. It started from a molecules. Of course, even from atoms, you can say that life starts from atoms. Carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and sulfur are the atoms that join together to produce smaller molecules, and then the smaller molecules join together to produce what you call a monomers. Examples of monomers, we have fatty acids, we have nucleotides, we have amino acids, and then these fatty acids or these monomers join together to produce what you call macromolecules. And these macromolecules, we have something like protein, we have lipid, we have carbohydrates, and then we have nucleic acid like DNA and RNA. And then these macromolecules join together by non-covalent interaction to produce what you call supramolecular complexes. And then the supramolecular complexes join together to produce the organelles of the cell. And examples of organelles of the cells, we have mitochondria, we have nucleus, we have ribosome. All these are examples of, sorry, Golgi body, all these are the examples of organelles of the cell. And it is these organelles of the cells that actually join together and form what you call a cell. And cell is a fundamental and the functional unit of life. So what I want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, life starts at a molecular level. So the branch of science or the area of life sciences that trying to study life using a molecules or through molecular processes is what you call biochemistry. And very importantly, ladies and gentlemen, cell is the structural and the functional unit of life. So it means that if these molecules or atoms are not there, the supramolecular complexes will not be generated. And if there is no supramolecular complexes, then it means there is no organelles of the cell. Think of, let's say there is no nucleus in a particular cell. So what do you expect? If you have a cell without nucleus, what can you say about it? Will the cells remain functional? Do you think that cells will work normally? The cells without nucleus? So, so that is what I want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen. So, if there is no nucleus, then the cells is not going to work, and of course, it will lose everything in the cell because remember, the control center of the cell is nucleus. So, without a nucleus, then there is no cell, and without a cell, and there is no life. So, that is why I want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, the life itself it started from atoms, and if there is no atoms, then there is no cell, and if there is no cells, and then there is no life. So that is what I want you to understand. And very importantly, again, ladies and gentlemen, is that why is it that biochemistry is a core or is central to medical and life sciences? So you see, we are talking about molecules. So molecules are the starting point of life. And now, before then, what is physiology? What is physiology? Let me start by asking this question. What is physiology? Let I need this answer. What is physiology? What is physiology? Yes, what is physiology? Yes, is the study of the function of living organism. Excellent. Study of function of living organism. So now let me ask this question. What determines the function? Because okay, I think in the video that I sent to you today, how many different cell types do you have in human? How many different cell types do we have in human? How many different cell types do we have in human according to the videos you watched today? No, different cell types in humans. In humans, human is eukaryotic cells. Human is eukaryotic cells, but I excellent. We have 220 different cell types. So now the question is, how one cells differ from one another. We have liver cells, we have kidney cells, we have brain cells, we have pancreatic cells, we have different of them. So how pancreas differ from liver? How liver differ from kidney? How kidney differ from myocyte, hepatocyte, neurocyte is their chemistry. Is their chemistry. So what is chemistry? The chemistry, it means the biomolecules or the molecules that are found in each of these cells are different. So that is why they have different function. Let me give you examples. Why is it that red blood cells is responsible for transportation of oxygen is because of the proteins, which is hemoglobin. So I want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, uh, so they have different chemistry. So it's because of the different chemistry. What make them to have different chemistry is because of differential gene expression. Like red blood cells is responsible for the transportation of oxygen because of hemoglobin. That is number one. And second, the brain is responsible for cognitive functions because of the neurotransmitters that are produced there in the brain. Why white blood cells is responsible for immunity because of the proteins that are produced there, that is immunoglobulins, is because of them. So why is it that different proteins are produced or different metabolites are produced in different cells is because of differential gene expression. So now it means that understanding biochemistry is what makes you to understand physiology, because physiology is the study of functions of the body of a living organism, and the functions of each and every cells in the body is determined by their chemistry. And what is that chemistry? The chemistry here, it means the metabolites. The metabolite, that is the biomolecules that are produced. So I want you to understand this, ladies and gentlemen. Biochemistry is very important, and if you are able to understand biochemistry, you will be able to understand all other life and medical sciences, because even anatomy itself, anatomy is the study of internal structure of the body of a living organism, and what determines the structure of a cell or the structure of a tissue or the structure of an organ is their cells, is the cells that are found in different organs. That is what make one organs differ from one another. Like for example, take the red blood cells. What is the shape of the red blood cells? I need answer for this organ. What is the shape of red blood cell? What is the shape of red blood cell? Yes, is concave in shape. So what gives it that concave shape is because of the hemoglobin. So it means that the protein is what determine the function of a cell. The protein is what determine the structure of a cell. So it means that if you are able to understand biochemistry, you will be able to understand the metabolites that are present in each and every cell. And these metabolites in each and every cell is what determine the function of that cell. This metabolite is what also determines the structure of that cell. So that is why sometimes most of the disease that we are talking about, most of the disease, whether it is infectious disease like HIV, malaria, is because of those infectious agents that are just destabilizing the homeostasis of the cell by disrupting the proteins or the metabolites that are present in a specific cell. Like for example, if you take most of these infectious agents, what they do in our body, they consume the nutrients that we are taking, the nutrient that we are taking, that is the metabolites or the nutrients that are in our cells. Like in the red blood, take malaria. How malaria survive in the red blood cells is by chopping off our hemoglobin and take the amino acid for their own use. So even infectious agent, they infect us because of distorting or destabilizing the homeostasis of a cell by disturbing the chemistry of that cell. And if it is deficiency disease, there are some diseases that actually occur in our body because of some deficiency, like nutrient deficiency, like vitamin A. You see, vitamin A is biomolecules. So it's because of deficiency. That is why we have nutritional disorders apart from infectious agent. So the infectious disease. We also have genetic disease like hemoglobin. Sorry, like when we say genetic disease, that is the disease that affect our own DNA. Take sickle cell anemia. Is because of some alteration, is because of some alteration in a nucleotide in our own DNA. That is why it linked to sickle cell disease. So I want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, understanding biochemistry is key to understanding physiology, is a key to understanding anatomy. That is why even physiology is considered as a language of, biochemistry is considered as a language. It's considered as a language of physiology. So biochemistry is a language that will help you to translate physiology and to translate anatomy. So as I said, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have much time. It's just that because of the network issue, number one, and then fasting. I know that some of you have fast today. That is why I'm sending you videos. So please, I'm encouraging you. I know that if you follow all those videos that I sent to you, they are straightforward. The reason why we are going to be having live classes is because all the things that you have watched, we are going to take them, look at them, apply them in a practical sense so that at least you'll be able to manipulate and understand them. And I'm still encouraging you. Most of the DLC students are using my videos. Most of the DLC students are using my videos, especially the 200 level second semester, the 200 level the 200 level second semester, the 200 level especially the 200 level second semester, the 200 300 level first semester, second semester, 400. All the videos for I have all the videos for nursing program. I have all the videos. So that is why I told you that I have a tutorial group. So for those of you that are interested, that are willing to join, you can actually talk to me. I can send you the link for the tutorial. I'm doing tutorial for biostatistics of this semester, human physiology 225, human physiology 227, and then anatomy. So I have complete videos for your anatomy. I have complete videos for human physiology 1 and 2 and biostatistics. But I told you that if you want to join that tutorial, the videos are not free. There is a 1 month. There is 1 month subscription, so you can subscribe at the rate of 1,500 or 4,000. And for the anatomy videos is 1,000, which is different from the one of 1,500 or 4,000. So I have two YouTube channel. One of this channel, like for example, this one that we are just discussing, this is where I usually do anatomy. So I have complete videos on anatomy in this YouTube channel. But for biostatistic, human physiology 1 and 2, and biochemistry, they are in the older channel, Science Academy by Mukhtar. And I mentioned this. Biochemistry videos are all free. All biochemistry videos are free. All biochemistry videos are free. So if you are not interested in the tutorial for the other physiology, anatomy, and biostatistics, there is no problem. You can stick to just biochemistry. So that is what I want you to understand. But I do this tutorial because so many students are complaining then that they have problem with so part of course or this course, and so that's why I decided to do videos, and the videos are very comprehensive. It also include solution to fast question papers. We also used to do live class for other courses, like normal this live class that we are doing for biochemistry. So I also do live classes for human physiology 1, 2, biostatistics, and anatomy. But that one is only those that pay can join. It's for only members to the channel. So that is what I want to say. So please, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted you to understand that we'll take time and look at most of these things. And I know that you have watched the videos, so and we have fasts, and also at the same times, some of us have tired. So and also at the same time, I have network issues here. My computer is not even charged, so it's just that actually I decided to say that let me just have like a 20-minute discussion with you. 20-minute discussion, and I hope you enjoy the discussion. So this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Try to follow and watch the the videos I send. Try to watch them and follow them. So, is there any question or any clarification? If there is any question, any clarification, let me know before we close for today. Any question, any clarification? We have two types of cells, prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. The question I asked, how many different cell types do we have in human body? Human body. If you take human as it is, we are eukaryotics because all our cells have nucleus and membrane-bound organelles, so that is why we are eukaryotics. And then within human, we don't have the same cells. That is why we have red blood cells, white blood cells, myocytes, hepatocytes, they are all different. So that is what I want you to understand. So in human, we have over 220 different cell types. And what make different from one another is because of their chemistry. And what lead to the different chemistry is differential gene expression. I mentioned it in today's video. Lisa, how do I get access to other channel and how do I pay? Okay, if you want to pay, I don't know if you are in my tutorial group where we do tutorial for 5 courses, or you can chat me privately, then I will send you the link to register for the payment. And if you also want to join the WhatsApp tutorial group, then you can also join at the same times. I will send you the link. Thank you. So any other question and clarity? And I'm telling you, and I sent a message yesterday. Please, it's not compulsory that you must join the tutorial group. If you are a biochemistry student, I am assigned to teach you and I will teach you. And all the videos will be free. But I am advising you and warning you at the same time to start reading on time. Start reading on time. These courses are bulky. Start reading on time. These courses are bulky. Target very good CGPA, target very good grade, target the knowledge, get the knowledge, get very good CGPA, that is very good result, so that at least you will have something that will be happy with. Please start reading on time, start reading on time, don't waste time. That is why even I myself, I'm not wasting time. So please don't waste time. Don't waste time. Please don't waste time. Start reading early. Start reading early so that at least you will not be regretting or you will not regret at the end of the examination. Thank you. So we are stopping here. Thank you and bye bye.